All right, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to another biking video. It's been a long time since I've done anything like this. Got a new bike, or a different bike. It's not brand new. It's like a 2019-2020 model Cannondale Topstone. Got away from the whole mountain bike. I still have it, but I don't ride it anymore. Just with the terrain that's around here, a gravel bike was the way to go. It's good for roads, good for the light trails that are around here. So I've been putting in some miles here lately, and decided, doing a little video for you guys. It's got a nice red handlebars here. Somebody added that onto it. The previous owner added the red handlebars onto it. I got the red bottle cages. Got those off of Amazon along with the bottles. And got the nice red gloves here to go and match. So yeah, that's the bike. Somebody was wondering what type of bike I ride, what it looked like. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the GoPro mounted up, get ready to go on the road, because I got a long ride here before it gets too warm today. And it'll be my last ride before I go to South Carolina for a weekend for my son's Marine basic graduation. So try to get this out for you guys here, and have a little talk on the way here and there. I probably won't be talking too much, but all right, what's going on, everybody? A few things. First thing is the elephant in the room. Yeah, it looks a lot different now than the last clip. Let's get out of here. So the last clip was nice and sunny and all that good stuff. And yeah, well, that was a test ride. First time on this bike with the GoPro setup and everything else. And yeah, it's a little bit faster than my mountain bike, the Trail 4. So a little bit more wind noise, and also longer bike rides. So I ended up going like 18.7 miles, I think, that day. And the battery ended up dying like 7 miles in. So by the time I got down to the turnaround point, I had to replace the battery. So instead of stopping early, I got to the turnaround point, put the battery in, put the new battery in, that is, and continued the ride. So there was that. And also the audio quality wasn't the best. I had no wireless type of microphone I could use or anything like that at the time. So between then and now, since that video was, I mean, it turned out halfway decent, but it wasn't the best. It turned out okay. But since, anyway, traffic, since the battery died and the audio wasn't the best, I just went ahead and I got a external battery charger for GoPro, so that way I can get up to 4 charges per battery, at least for one battery anyway. So technically 5, because it's a full battery charge, and then the battery pack itself can charge a battery up to 4 times. So I should be able to last a lot longer bike rides now on the battery. Second, I got the Rode, I think, Mic 2 or something like that, wireless mic setup. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I have the microphone under my shirt. The windsock kept popping off of it, so I kind of clipped it to the inside of my shirt and using my shirt as a windsock. What else? You guys can't see it, but I did get a Garmin Edge 2 computer for the bike. GPS tracks my distance, speed, average speed, route, all that good stuff. So what else? I've been up since 2:30 this morning, and it is now 10:30. Another sad morning. Had to send Kevin back off to the airport. His 10 days of his leave is up. For those who didn't know, my second son graduated boot camp from the Marines. So we all went down to South Carolina, picked him up, seen his family day and graduation, and then brought him back home, and he was here for a little while. But this morning we had to drop him back off in Cleveland Airport so we can fly back down to North Carolina to Camp Lejeune to continue his combat training and then his actual schooling for his MOS, which is combat engineer. So he may not be home until at least early next year, possibly. All right, not sure how windy that was. If it was bad at all, we shall see. So I am still getting over a little bit of chest slash head congestion slash allergies. So that's always fun. So if I'm coughing in your ears, if you're wearing headphones, I do apologize. Don't know how loud it's going to be for you. What else? Between that last clip of going over the bike details and now, I did go on one other bike ride with my son, and we ended up getting caught out in a major rain, like thunderstorm. It was starting out just sprinkling, which is nice. It's refreshing. We were probably about, I don't know, 8 miles into almost a 12-hour ride, or 8 miles into about a 12-mile ride when it finally started to sprinkle on us. And we heard the thunder off in the distance, seen the clouds, thought we could beat it. And yeah, no, we didn't. Ended up pouring down rain. Wind was hitting me sideways, pushing me out into the traffic. It started hailing on us. So yeah, fun times. And ever since then, I started having some bike issues because I went on a bike ride after that, and another 18.7 mile bike ride, and bike was squeaking. Felt like it had no get up and go. Just felt like I was going against a headwind the whole entire time. Just felt like it was pushing back on me, even if I was going with the wind. So before I hopped on it today, checked the air pressure on the tires. Well, that was probably the main reason I was having those issues, for the drag anyways, because the tires say
keep between 30 or 50, between 50 and 80 psi. They were like 25, barely 30. So got the air pressure up, and it's feeling a lot better now. Just been kind of keeping it easy, get my legs warmed up here. And I also put some oil on the chain and chain ring, sprocket, the cassette. So I did get a new mount for my GoPro. Since I got the Garmin, I got a different mount for the front head unit of my bike. So that way the GoPro is actually mounted to that, along with the GoPro, the Garmin. The Garmin's mounted to the top of the mount, and the GoPro is mounted to the bottom. So, all right, got one nice little loop in up there. Let's go ahead and hit this gravel trail here. Doesn't stay gravel for too long. Oy. I would say I missed my mountain bike for this, but my mountain bike didn't really do too well on gravel either, due to it only having the front shock. It had no rear shock, so it wasn't dual shock. So this doesn't have any shocks whatsoever. And since I increased the air pressure, it's even more bouncy. So yeah, go me. So the ride I'm doing today will be close to 19 miles, hopefully. Just kind of started off from home, just went into the park here, did a loop around the park. Now I'm going to take the trail up through the woods by the college baseball diamonds, up the hill, back behind the college football stadium, and then cut around through town a little bit, hit a old railed trail. If you guys don't know what that is, it's an old rail line that they ended up turning into a trail for biking, walking, running, stuff like that. So this is a nice little scenic route here. You can use a little brushing, a little sweeping of the trail. That would be nice. Maintenance, crew, Tiffany, you know, it's like some type of city cruise or something. I think this is college grounds, so maybe college cruise, maybe. All right. Let's get on around this corner. We got a nice hill here to climb. Oh, one more. So this is the second time taking this hill in this bike. It's still tough, but it's a lot easier than my mountain bike was, that's for sure. Squirrel. Now I still want to update the drivetrain on this. Maybe a new front chain ring. I'm hoping a better crank for the pedals. This is an open crank. I just realized it. I was hoping it was closed. But it could be another reason why I had the squeaking after all that rain. gonna be a harder ride than I thought it was gonna be. Still can't breathe properly. Passing left. Sorry.
Thanks for the warning.
No problem. Poor lady. Feel bad, but it's better than running into the back of them. I like this route, but at the same time I don't. When I get on the bike, I like to just get up and go. But this route, there's a lot of stops going down through town. But unless you had somebody blocking traffic or like controlling the intersections for you, there's no way around that. I can definitely tell I'm still not in the best breathing. Can't seem to keep my mile per hours up, my MPHs. Maybe once we get out in the countryside. Nothing left. Good right. Let's go. The hill is a pain to get going back up on again. But I'm also, like I said, taking it easy, knowing that since we're only 3.1 miles into the almost 19-mile ride. Oh, and there's been road construction going on in town, blocking off 2 major streets that people tend to take. It's like, really? All right, sounds like it's gonna get a little loud in this section here. Well, luckily this light's flashing, so I don't have to wait for it to turn green. But the one in front of that, though, or behind it, however you want to look at it, so hopefully everybody down south that was in the line of this past hurricane, is it Helena? Helena? I've heard it pronounced so many different ways. Hopefully everybody's okay. Hopefully all you guys are healthy and still in good spirits despite everything. I know it's kind of hard to do sometimes, but you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? All right. Use the curb here. Oh, that was almost perfect timing. All right, let's go. If I would have just been like 3 seconds later, that would have been perfect. Now we've got a stop sign here too. I forgot about that. So I was planning on going out just south of town here, but since they're doing all that road construction, I just decided to cut straight through town. All right, this is a one-way street, so I just got to look right. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that also, since I still had the cold or head cold or allergies, whatever, I'm hoping this bike ride will help kind of kick it out of my system a bit. Usually allergies only last about a week or 2 with me. But if it's a cold, just a few days, and it's been about a few days, so we shall see. All right, let's get some speed down this hill here, or as much as I can anyways. It's a nice short little hill. And my oldest son, he finally heard back from the Ohio State Patrol. So he's going through the whole background check process now, which is pretty much one of the final processes he has to go through before he starts his training. So that's exciting. So 2 older sons, one's law enforcement, the other one's military. All right, let's just hope nothing's big blocking this path. There's a lot of leaves on the ground here. Got to watch out for like the hazelnuts that fall on the ground, acorns, stuff like that. And around here, buckeyes. We have a lot of buckeye trees. Well, not as many as we used to, but there's some areas I still have quite a few in numbers. Just trying to take it a little slow through here just in case I hit something. Everything blends in so well right now. Ow! Stick just popped up and hit me in the shin. So I forget, well, the last time I did this route, I kind of found this route by accident. I wasn't planning on taking this route, the full route, except for when I went to go turn a corner, they were working on a railroad crossing, and I wasn't expecting it. So I ended up having to go down quite a bit further, and it wasn't really quite a bit. It was probably about another half-mile, mile tops. And then since I went that far out of the way from what I was planning on going, I was like, you know what? Instead of taking the next right to start heading back, I'll just take a left. And I got to that point, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna take another left. Before you know it, my 10-mile ride turned into almost 19 miles. So, yeah, go me. So coming up here on the left will be our city's middle school. We kind of just went through the section back there. We kind of bypassed it a little bit though. That was the high school. Nothing coming. So yeah, this is our middle school, and that was a wrong time to shift. So it seems like that wind's still coming out of a southern direction, which isn't too bad actually for the route that I'm planning on taking. But then again, if you're going anything over 10 miles an hour, every direction you go feels like you're going into a headwind, unless that wind is very dominant. Then you know otherwise. Follow this truck out. Oof. We need to do something with that exhaust. Holy crap. That is potent. One of the new bridges they just redid in the last few years. They did this smaller bridge up here first. And about 2 years, 3 years later, they did this bridge. Oi. So this road here that we're gonna be coming up to, this intersection, we're gonna be crossing it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 3 times in town, 4th one out in the country. And the only time crossing it that I'm worried about is this one. Because if I hit this light wrong, it's another one where I'm starting uphill. So, if anybody knows about a manual transmission vehicle, you know, those vehicles that have 3 pedals to operate, it's the same way on a bike. It's a pain in the ass to get started uphill, depending on grading. So a lot of times what I'll end up doing is I'll just kind of sit up here and wait. Actually, might be good to go here. All right. Timed that one right. All right. Ooh, natural gas. Love that smell. There's a gas leak back there somewhere. Not a major one, but there's definitely one there. All right. So yeah, like I said, a lot of slowing down, a lot of stops. The next little bit I should be okay. So I'll turn off of this road. Maybe the fairgrounds on the left. You know, all them exhaust fumes are getting me today. Make this right-hand turn up here. Hit the old rail to trail. Used to be a rail line going right through here, left and right. Way back in the day. Oy! I forgot about those heaves. There's a couple of them down through here. I might be able to miss this one though. Oh, it's still there, but I missed most of it. Yep. That one got to me. I'm sorry. Oy. Warning, high traffic roads ahead. Yeah. I'm good left though. And I'm good right. I'm good. All right. Oy. It's a good thing about doing this during a weekday, in the middle of the day. You know, the bad thing is, if I came through any later, I'd be hitting the people that starting to go out for lunch breaks. All right, my average mile per hour right now is only 12.7. That's due to the fact of always having to stop and go, start and stop, slow down. But luckily for us today, we haven't had to stop for very long, if at all, at times. Gotta love fighting through a cold. Those of you who've worked out before and have had sinus drainage and all that stuff, you know exactly how it feels. I got a little bit of a line of traffic here on this one. Got a handful of vehicles left. Ooh, my glasses are starting to fog over. That means I'm a little bit warmer than the air temp. Alright, we're not turning on this street. We're going to be turning down the next one after. Then we'll be going down past, not the well, it's a college, but we're going past another university. It's a little bit smaller than the other one was. Oh, that chain wasn't set. I'm going to tear this freaking drivetrain up if I'm not careful. All right, we'll be turning on this one. And we got yet another hill to start up if we get stopped on it wrong. Oh yeah. And we got a vehicle. All right. I smell food. I haven't ate anything yet today. Trying to stay out of the road but not get too close to the vehicles here. All right. Ooh, green light. Let's go. way. That guy almost got. So this is the turn that I originally wanted to take on the first time down through here, but they were working on the railroad crossing here on my right, so I ended up taking this route instead. It turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Those clouds don't look too happy a bit in front of us. Just saying. Alright, now we're heading out of town. The only bad thing about this route, another thing about timing, are the trains. Alright, so maybe the wind's coming out of the north. Which will also help on the way back. Yep, definitely a headwind this way. It's actually coming out like the northwest. God dang it. My legs want to go to the next gear. That wind is saying no. No, you will not. Because as soon as I hit that next gear, it's just puts the bike at a stop. I guess I'll just keep the cadence high on the lower gear. We'll take on the left here. Go to the left, go to the right. Not talking so much for one, the wind. Two, my throat's getting scratchy. It's like the more I talk, the more I cough. So I want to spare you guys as much coughing as I can. All right, so one thing you do not want to do on bike rides like this, when you know what the route is, you get to a point like where I'm at right now, you look down and you see, oh heck, I'm halfway done with my ride. Then it dawns on you, oh heck, I'm still moving out away from my finish point. That can get in your mind. So, best thing to do is stay positive, be like, you know what? I've only been going for X amount of time, and I'm already at this point. It's crazy. Even though so far I'm 42 minutes in, almost 43 minutes in to the ride, and I'm only at not even 9.5. Caterpillar, not even 9.5 miles. You got to take into consideration how much of that riding was in town. All the stops, goes, slowing down, all this and that. So, all right. That sky doesn't look too good. I need to try to pick it up. That way I can at least try to make it back this direction before it starts pouring on me. I don't know, they weren't really calling for rain today, so, but all this is still remnants of the hurricane making its way up. So, and if it's going the same direction the wind is going, it will get to us. The bad thing is I'm going pretty much into the headwind now. It is coming out of the northwesterly direction. So if I head north, if I head west, it's got me. Ooh, lowered the gear too much, too quick, lost my momentum. That sucked. Oy. I was too afraid of being too hard on the gearing, going uphill, dropping the gears down. Dropped the gear too early. Everybody, if you ever rode a bike like this before, you kind of know. It's almost like when you're going downhill and you run out of gears, or if you just going too fast for what you can pedal. When you go to pushing the pedal and there's nothing to pedal. Yeah. All right. This is that stretch where I made the left turn, thinking, oh, there'll be another road to the right, and nothing ever showed up. This is that stretch where I was like, oh crap, how much further out of the way do I gotta go? Because I got to about this point here, and I'm like, should I just turn around, count my losses, and go back? Or do I just go down and see just how far that next road is to get over to the road I was wanting to originally? Because I know I can get to it fairly easy going down one of the back roads behind us. But yeah. All right, so those clouds look like they're off to the west quite a ways. I think we should be okay. Nice house going in back there in the cornfield. So yeah, I'm not in the best of shape. I can't go on average of 20-something miles an hour like the other people you can probably see on YouTube riding these races and whatnot. But for one, I'm not in the right shape. I'm just a novice getting started. Two, this bike, even though it's still a decent bike, it's not a race contending bike. Now, if you were doing like some type of just going from town to town, finding some sort of like rookie novice type of road racing, then yeah, it's fine. But anything other than that, anything above that, this bike will be no good for it. I mean, it's a light framed bike, but I know the drivetrain just isn't up to par. All right, we turn right where that truck went. And this road's fun. Got a nice windy road. Last time I was on this road, there wasn't a single vehicle. The wind keeps trying to push me to the right. Yeah, I'm really hoping that my shirt is a good windsock for the microphone. Anyway, it's got to be a lot better than the GoPro mic. But I did forget to charge up the new mic. So hopefully the battery on it lasts. Because if it doesn't, that'll suck. Those trees were definitely helping me, blocking that wind. But now I'm going right back into the... Oh yeah, that's definitely right in front of us. But luckily, we'll be making a right turn up here, starting to head away from it. There's one gear, if I go to shift down into, the chain doesn't seat properly. All right, but it's weird because I can shift back up through it and it's perfectly fine. Which is this gear right here. Yep, just over 12 miles. About another 6 or 7 more to go. I should have just coasted down that hill if I kept pedaling. My legs are starting to feel it. But the good thing is, that's the last major hill to go up. And I never had to get out of the saddle. So that's a plus. Except for right now, my legs are like, yeah, what are you doing to us? They'll come back though. Well, if it wasn't so wet, these farmers would have most of these bean fields off probably. They've been starting to slowly take them down. But that was before all this rain and stuff came in over the past week. I want to roll this stop sign, but kind of afraid to with this cornfield. It's a four-way stop, but never be too careful, especially out here in the middle of the country. People like to just zoom through. Come on, go, go. Alright, just get my legs back underneath me here while I can. Sinuses are starting to drain instead of going to the back of my throat. My nose is running, which is good. I don't have to worry about it going down to my chest. I can just get rid of it real quick. I know, TMI, but life is life. Everybody goes through it. Need to stand up and stretch my legs a little bit. So we got one stop sign coming up. We'll go through that one. Then we'll go down through like a nature trail park type thing that you guys probably seen if you watched the past videos, which has been from a long time ago. From that point, we're only a couple miles out from the house. I'm keeping a nice steady 15 miles an hour. Coast on into the stop sign here. Kind of standing up, stretching my legs out as I go. Right knee starting to feel like it's been hyperextended. Because that's also the same knee I had issues with when I was in the military too, so. Alright, I'm good to the left, good from the right. Man, we've been getting lucky on these bigger intersections. Old schoolhouse here. Nice new house. So you're probably hearing here is my GPS. Every 5 miles it goes and tells me what the lap time. They count every 5 miles is a lap. That past 5 miles took me 20 minutes. So once I turn the corner up here at the bottom of the hill, it's basically a timed section. I use the Strava app, and right now I'm sitting 4th on the leaderboard. I'm 6 seconds off of the 3rd place guy. So I want to see if I can get him. It's pretty much from the time we turn the corner all the way up to the parking lot. Oh, was not expecting that. All right. Pass the left. My legs are feeling it. Don't think I'm gonna get it. Oh shit. I'm done. There's no way I'm gonna get it. Oh, that sucked. That really sucked. Come on. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, my legs were too worn out. All right, I need to get my breathing back. Doesn't help when I'm next to the sewage plant. All right. Yeah, I have to wait until I get back home. See what my time was for that section. See if I got it or not. I don't think I did. My legs are just way too spent. But I kept going though, I tried. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, pretty much 2 more stop signs and we'll be at the house. Yeah, left turn, right turn, and follow that road around, and another right turn. Not gonna lie, that sucked. I always hate this turn here. It's always a blind entry out. It's just as bad in a regular vehicle too. Oh yeah, I forgot about this stop sign. This one doesn't really count though. Yeah, my right knee's really feeling iffy. It's not liking me. But it's also the one that I injured a couple times when I was in the military. One time I was getting punished for something I didn't do, and I had to do iron mics up and down the motor pool. My knee gave out on me. And if you don't know what an iron mic is, it's pretty much like a lunge, a forward lunge, but you're just kind of walking forward with it. You're not like lunging down, standing back straight up, and then lunging out the next foot. You're actually lunging forward, move up to that foot, stand up, lunge down with your next foot, and just keep moving forward with your steps. We had to do that up and down the motor pool. And I'm like the third pass down, my knee gave out. And then years and years later, I was in school for my training, my job. So that was communications. So part of the training was gaffing up a wooden pole, and I had just reached up with my left foot to gaff in, and as I was pulling my weight up with my left leg, I gaffed out, meaning the spike of the gaff slid out from the pole, and all my weight went right back down to my right leg. And yeah, I was on crutches for a while after that one. Oh, I'd be going so much faster right now if that wasn't for that knee. I gotta stop thinking about it. Gotta go. Almost done. All right, head up to the stop sign, take a right, we're on the home stretch. All right, take this right. Ow. All right, that's pretty much it right there, guys. Got a little bit further here to go. Now see you in the driveway. Here we are. Yep, I need to mow the yard. I think I'll probably be tomorrow. But, and there we have it. Time to rest up a little bit here.
Alright guys, so before we get into the numbers from this ride, I do want to apologize once again for all the coughing and sneezing and sniffling, and like I said, I am still getting over that head, chest congestion, allergies, whatever it may be. But so I have two different sets of numbers, one from my Garmin and the other one from the Strava app. Okay, they're going to be a little bit different because I started both applications at different times. So one will say 18.26 miles, the other one's going to be like 18.41 miles. The times are going to be a little off, and even the weather was different on both platforms. One was saying sunny, the other one was saying partly cloudy, which the Strava app was more accurate because it was cloudy. So anyhow, this is the Garmin app, the Garmin Connect application here. You can see my head unit right here, the Edge Explorer 2. That's what I have on the head unit of my bike that I use. And it goes in my total elevation change, pace, temperature. Started off at 73.4 degrees and the ride ended at 73.4 degrees. Wow, that's actually interesting. Average of 72.4. So it did fluctuate, the temperature did fluctuate. Distance, like I said, this one says 18.26, the Strava app says 18.4. Calories, resting calories, active calories, and then total calories burned. So I burned 1,170 calories on this ride, which was about an hour and 20 something minutes. Then once again, elevation change, 378 feet, total descent, minimum elevation, 691 feet, maximum elevation, 780 feet. Average temp, minimum temp was 69.8, max temp was 75.2. My pace wasn't the best pace in the world. Still, the breathing, couldn't really breathe right. Average pace, 4 minutes, 24 seconds per mile. Average moving pace, about the same, 4 minutes, 23 a mile. My best pace, which was probably towards the end there when I was going for the record, 2 minutes and 9 seconds per mile. So there's that. And then also speed, average speed, 13.6. Average moving speed, 13.7. My max speed was 27.9. That was the hill towards the beginning. That's where I got most of my speed from. So we'll jump on over to the Strava app. And so, like I said, same thing with Strava. Strava tells a little bit better of stuff. You'll see two rides here. It's the same ride. But you can see the distance, 18.25. This one's 18.36. The reason why there's two here is because my Garmin is tied in with Strava. So when I submit on both applications, it both condenses down into Strava. So, so you can see, this week, so far, I've rode 36.6 miles for a total of 2 hours, 42 minutes. And then for this year alone, since I started later in the season, I've only ridden for 184.6 miles. Then the one ride here, this is off the Garmin app that was brought over. The 18.25 miles, 1 hour, 21 minutes. Achievements of 3, and here you can see, congrats, you just became 5th on the Bike Trail Sprint, which the Bike Trail Sprint is the old Rail to Trail
when we hit those two heaves towards the beginning of the trail, and then came to a stop there towards the main intersection. And I was kind of trying on that one, but I wasn't really trying on that one. And we ended up being 5th place in the leaderboards for that sprint section with 1 minute 36 seconds. The best person has it at 1 minute. So there's that. And then for the Strava app portion of it, it had me at 18.36 miles total for whatever reason. The verdict is in. Even though my legs were dead tired at entering that trail at almost 15 miles in, maybe a little over 15 miles into the ride, congrats, you just became 3rd. So we take a look at this, and for that stretch right in here, like I said, from when you turn the corner and going down through the woods into the parking lot here, I rode at 3 minutes and 57 seconds. So I knocked off almost 10 seconds off my previous time, which was a few weeks ago, and I now took 3rd place. I'm 25 seconds off, or 35 seconds off, sorry. 35 seconds off of the leader. Now, there are two different times. There's 2 different routes for this trail. There's one going the direction I did, from the back of the trail to the front. And then there's also one from the front of the trail where the parking lot is to the back where the turn is in the stone right there. So you'll see the guy that's in 4th place here, he is he operates the bike shop here. So I've been going back and forth with him on this time, and we found out that there's 2, because I was like, hey, I just took that spot away from you. And he goes, no, there's no way, you couldn't have. So there's another route, but it's going from front to back instead of back to front. So now I need to start working on the front to back. And I also found out that there's a 3rd route here in the city that I didn't realize. I should have thought about it, but I didn't. Which I'm currently sitting 17th, which is the loop in the park that I did at the very beginning as well. I rode it in, where is it? 2 minutes and 57 seconds. But that was me not trying. I was still in get my legs warmed up type of phase. So 2 minutes and 57 seconds to ride that, get my legs warmed up, and the leader ran it in 1 minute 18 seconds. So there's another one that I can potentially go for as well for the leaderboard. But I also was messaging the guy from the bike shop, and we're already in the midst of talking about getting a new chain ring to help my speed out a little bit better, and maybe even a different bottom bracket and crank set, maybe. Not quite sure yet on that one. But those are the numbers of the ride for you here, just so that way you can kind of see. And the good thing with Strava is you can connect, just like with Garmin, you can connect with other people around you. Strava, I have my son on here when he went out for his runs while he was here on leave. This was that ride on September 25th. This was the ride that I went on that I originally was trying to record for you guys. But it just didn't go through. Well, it did. It worked. It went through, but it's just the video quality and the sound quality just wasn't what I wanted it to be. So, and then I went on the bike ride. This is the bike ride that, the rainy ride. That's the ride we went on, and it just poured down cats and dogs and some ice cubes onto our heads. So, but yeah, so those are the apps that I use, and a little bit of some numbers for you there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.